You're looking at a very special tribute. That is outside of Kobe Bryant's high school, which is just outside of Philadelphia. Kobe was one of the first. There were only a few at that time to go straight from high school to the NBA. Keep in mind, he was 17 years old when he left.
Amazing.
To go to the NBA. Amazing.
And we're better for it that he did. And though Kobe Bryant, he was a basketball star, but there are some sports figures who became a little bit more than their game. Kobe Bryant ended up bigger than basketball.
There are countless athletes who could sell shoes or shoot hoops around the world, but Kobe Bryant was perhaps America's most authentic international sports superstar, because Kobe Bryant could also speak the language. Several, in fact. Spanish, Italian, Chinese.
Ni hao.
Multilingual, multi-championships, 5 rings in all for a generational figure who emerged from high school and took his game to the game. He was in fact LeBron before LeBron, who even as a teenager played basketball like a grown man.
He was 17 years old when he was drafted by the NBA. And even in his first year as a Laker, he was a star, showing this kind of self-confidence that you rarely saw in any young player.
His storied career complete with unwavering intensity. One of his most iconic moments, when Bryant simply refused to flinch as Matt Barnes pump-faked a hard pass at his head after the pair had a series of physical plays.
As Matt Barnes and Kobe Bryant say hello to each other.
He never backed down from a big moment. He never was afraid to take the big shot. And that's why everybody loved him, especially young people.
And in this age where stardom and scandal can be synonymous, Bryant had his time in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. Accused of rape after what Bryant described as consensual sex, the case never went to trial as the alleged victim refused to testify, though a settlement was reached in civil court. When Kobe retired, NBA players from around the league expressed their appreciation in a fond farewell.
You know, and I remember one thing that he said, he was like, if you want to try to be, great at it or want to be one of the greats, you got to put the work in. There's no substitution to work.
In retirement, Kobe began his second act and called on that same intensity to make it in the business and media world. He won an Oscar as a producer.
Dear basketball, I fell in love with you. A love so deep, I gave you my all. From my mind and body to my spirit and soul.
My little 11-year-old Gianna goes, well, Dad, you always tell us to go after our dreams, so man up. She's 11. Man up. So I had to man up and go for it.
A gentler sigh from the man who was hard as nails his entire career, including the night he lit up Jalen Rose and the Toronto Raptors for 81 points, a night that two men could joke about later in a promo for ESPN.
How many olives would you like?
81.
Really?
Nah, man, I'm just playing.
Besides his business, he embraced women's basketball, a passion he shared with his daughter. He would be her mentor, her coach. As an athlete, Kobe Bryant had few peers. Child prodigy to at times brooding superstar to successful entrepreneur. At 41, he lived a short life. And by most accounts, he lived it his way. Authentic, fierce, without apology.
Definitely his way. Thank you, Byron. ABC correspondent Chris Conley is joining us from Los Angeles. And Chris, tell us what Kobe meant to the city of Los Angeles.
I think he was the biggest sports star of the 21st century here in Los Angeles. I think his face was the face of Los Angeles sports, particularly for a younger generation that might not have been as familiar with the work of Magic Johnson or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He represented for the Lakers. And he had a kind of self-awareness about celebrity that very much fit as someone who came out of Hollywood and who represented Hollywood. And so it's no surprise that he did so well in show business and, in fact, won that Academy Award you were mentioning before. Particularly for young people, he was the guy they dreamed of becoming. For men and women, he was the figure in sports that made them want to pick up a basketball and made them want to excel in basketball with his drive and his love for the game. And particularly here in Los Angeles, that will never be forgotten.
It certainly will not, Chris.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.